Hey team, how are you? Good afternoon. It's Tuesday, and I'm just going to take a few minutes. We'll do this every week to sort of go back over your discussions and your activities from last week being Module 1, and sort of giving you my reflections on your work, and then looking forward to what we have coming up for this week for Module 2 when we start talking about pedagogy. Um, your discussions, your initial discussions for week 1, the introductions were fabulous. You did a great job in not only conveying your own ideas about your successes on your own technology in your classroom, but what I absolutely loved was that you commented on so many other people's successes. You asked them questions, you responded with some suggestions. Being such a small group, it was really neat to see how much interaction was going on between all of you. So good for you. Keep up the good work. I have no comments as far as what needs to be improved. Just make sure that you answer each question completely, and that you touch on all the points in the prompt. So keep up the good work on that. Your activity, most of you created a Voki and did a great job. You were very successful, and I really also appreciate your sharing your philosophies with us as to the importance of having a strong positive digital presence as an adult and as a model for your students and your parents. So job well done on that. And if you did an About Me page or spruced up your About Me page, you did a great job too. It's nice to learn more about you and who you are in our communities. The reflection this week, you didn't have a lesson plan to do, so yay for number 1. But for the reflection, again, very reflective, kept on the prompt. You all talked about how you're ready to move ahead and the goals that you set for yourselves. And I wish you all the best in fulfilling those goals, and hopefully what we learn in the next few weeks will help get you there. As we look forward to Module 2 focuses on pedagogy. And what is most important in our classrooms when we're putting together our lessons. It's not about building lessons around technology, but it's about adding technology into our lessons as we move along. So the focus and the first thing we talk about is how to build a lesson that is sound, and both in management and classroom behaviors, and integrating content, the important content, so we know our kids are learning. So you'll be discussing that as you go through your readings. You'll be doing a lot of reading on the whole TPACK integration, technology, pedagogy, and content, and the blending of both and how they intersect and blend. And you're going to build your own graphic visual organizer using one of your own lessons, something that you want to do in your classroom, and talk about, okay, so what is the technology I have? What is the content I want to achieve? What are the behaviors I've set up in the classroom? And then how do I make all these things come together so that I have a lesson that's rich and the students are being able to demonstrate learning? You're going to do some reading on that, and you're also going to see a model of how to make that activity. Please look over that model, that Venn, sort of a triple circle Venn diagram. Look at that very carefully, because that's an awesome model for you to use as you build out your own TPACK model. When you build your lesson plan, you're going to build that lesson plan based on your TPACK model. Okay, so now I've got this thing that's rich in both technology, pedagogy, and content, in all those 3 areas. Now how do I apply this in my classroom? So you're going to build a lesson based on that. And then reflect about the technology piece. What technology did you use in order to make your lesson a success? So those are the what we're looking for. It's rich in content. There's a lot to read, but I think you'll walk away having this implication of adding technology into your lessons makes so much more sense. Again, it's not about the tech; it's about the learning, and this learning content. We will be. I don't recall if I mentioned to you when we reviewed the website, the Weebly textbook. As you're reading through that, you respond, of course, in your Canvas. In Canvas, you may have noticed 2 other links within each of the modules. One is called General Questions and Wonderings, and the other one is called Eureka, I have this idea. And these are places for you, sort of non-content driven discussion pages for you to toss things in. You know, if you don't think they actually fit into the prompt of the lesson that you're working on or the module you're in, but you want to ask this question, you want to put something out there, you want some clarification, use those two areas to bounce ideas off of each other. And I'll be monitoring those on a regular basis too, and try to address and answer your questions. So again, if they don't quite fit the module, but you still want to know, or you still have a great idea, a great tool you found that you want to throw out for everybody else, use those two places. If you have any questions, you know how to reach me, and I look forward to seeing your work this week and becoming involved in your discussions as well. And keep up the good work and have a great week. Thanks. Bye-bye.